My voice is really low right now. I'm kind of sick.
I'll turn the background down.
Oh, George. But I guess these connections started when I moved to New York for college in '97.
Okay.
And I met Bilal the first day of college, and he was a jazz vocal major, and we became best friends like the first day of school. I guess we just started writing songs together, and we wrote this song "When Will You Call" together in my dorm room. And his managers at the time shopped him to Interscope Records, and they played that song for Jimmy Iovine, and they played like a chorus of it in the verse, and Jimmy cut it off and signed him. So from that point on, I was his music director for years. So, and that was my brother, so I was just everywhere with him all the time. So when they scheduled him to go work with Jay Dilla, I was with him.
Okay.
In Detroit for like 2 weeks working with Dilla, and now we're in New York now, so it's like he was really thrown into the hip hop scene really fast, what I mean, and the soul aquariums and all these things. So I just kind of was playing with him and going everywhere with him and meeting all these people, what I mean. So I just kind of was the jazz piano guy that Bilal hangs out with.
Okay.
Luckily, everybody on this record I can call my friends. You know what I mean? I've either played on their record, or they played on my record before, or we've shared the stage together a few times, or gone out to eat and whatever. Just cool people, what I mean? So I pretty much asked everybody. I called everybody up myself, like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Would you be down to do it? So everybody has such a great attitude, and everybody pretty much just did it for the love. And I had a little budget. I'm a jazz musician, so it wasn't a great budget, but it was enough to buy people Doritos or something like that. Not just the small bag, not the big bag, but the family pack joint with the 20. I was amazed that happened. I guess you ask it, you shall receive. It was like, hey, I was kind of afraid to ask, hey, I got this record I'm trying to do, but it's not really a budget. And people were like, so, what is it? Let me know. I'm down. Let's do it. It's like, oh, really? Oh. It depends on what kind of jazz purist you are. I mean, because there are some people who are jazz purists, and it's like they feel that, jazz should sound a certain way. It should sound like it did in the 60s.
Right.
And if you infuse anything in it, how dare you? But jazz is an infused music from the door.
Right.
It's always been infused. That's why it keeps changing.
Yeah.
That's why every 10 years it sounds different. That's why there's all kinds of eras of jazz, because it keeps changing, which is what's supposed to, you know? And that's what all of our jazz heroes did. So I'm just doing what Miles would do anyway. I'm doing what Herbie was doing.
Right. I had in my mind, for some reason, I wanted to play All Matter just because...
Of course.
It's so dope, and I feel like however many people know it, it's not enough.
Not at all.
But the question I want to ask you about this song is, there's a version on his album, Airtight's Revenge, on Plug Research from last year.
Right. And
the version on your album. I was just curious.
Which is the best one? That one your question?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No. I love them equally. And
Sorry,
no. Just, was it like supposed to be, why are there two? Not that there needs to be a reason.
Well, actually, the thing is, he was still recording his album, and he didn't record it yet. So I played that song with him. We did like Robert Glasper Trio featuring Bilal somewhere, and he brought the tune in. He was like, hey, you can do this tune. And I was like, oh, this is dope. So when it's time for me to do my record, I was like, hey, I want to record that song on my record. He was like, I didn't do my record yet. But he was like, all right, so he came and we did it.